Welcome to an art project inspired by Chapter 2 in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This project is called A Walk in the Woods. You'll need paper or canvas, a glass of water to wash our brushes, some paint brushes, white, blue, and black paint. We're going to start by adding a drop of white on the top part of our paper about halfway in. Taking our brush, we're blending out from the dot into a big white circle. Next, we're going to add a few dots of blue paint around our white circle. We're going to be blending these together to make a dark winter sky. We want the colors to blend, so don't worry if it's a little streaky. This is supposed to look painterly and frosty and cold. Now that we've got our moon glowing in our blue sky, we're going to add some darkness. Remember, in winter, it stays dark for a really long time, and when the queen is in charge, it's extra dark. The black is going to go to the sides of the paper or canvas and about halfway down our page. It's not going to cover the entire canvas. We're going to leave half of it white. Let that coat of paint dry. Now we're going to add some white beneath our black, softening up the line where the black meets the white snow beneath. So we're dragging our brush softly across, kind of keeping it wavy so it looks like piled up snow. And then we're going to paint the rest of our canvas white, dragging down the sort of gray white into pure white. So don't worry if it looks a little streaky, that's okay. Snow, for us Floridians, is never really that clean, so you don't want it pure white. Next, we're going to take a small brush and have some curvy blue lines that are going to be our shadow. So this will look like there's different piles of snow in our Narnia wood. So I'm doing 3, starting from the edges and going in. Then I'm going to take my brush and really mix it with some water so it's nice and watery. And then I'm just going to slightly scrub the blue down so it gets watery, so it doesn't look like it's a line but looks like it's blurry shadow. So all I did was get my brush wet and then paint that blue down into the white. I'm going to add a little bit of my blue shadow to where the black meets the white too. Now for my trees, I'm going to take my white and add just a tiniest bit of blue to make this frosty, icy white. So pulling the white over to the side, and then dipping my brush into the blue just to make it a very light blue. Now I'm going to paint my trees similarly to how we drew trees for Chapter 1's art project. I'm going to do quick strokes all along the base with my icy blue, and then dip my brush in the black and add a couple of streaks so that I have definition. So this is like the branches are peeking through the snowy branches. I'm going to start another tree on this side, adding my base with my icy blue, and then just lightly dipping my brush into the black and adding a few branches. I'm going to repeat that step on the different layers stacking up on my tree. Because remember, these trees are triangles, but they have layers. So we completed the bottom layer, and now we're adding the next layer up with icy blue and then bringing in black, but just a little bit of black. Now you can add as many trees as you like to make your forest. We're going to move to our lamppost. We're going to start with a small straight line. Then we're going to add a triangle base. So draw your triangle and paint in. Then we're going to make that first stick look like a T by giving it a little line across. Next, we're going to paint a black rectangle. It's going to be a little bit longer than it is wide. And then across in the middle. Pretty good. And our last step for our lamppost is we're going to give it a hat. So I'm just drawing a quick straight line and then a triangle going down and filling it in. Hat on my lantern. So because this is a walk in the wood, I wanted to add some footprints. So remember, Mr. Tumnus has goat legs, so we're going to paint in some C-shaped footprints. So with your brush, take a little blue and paint in some C's going off towards the edge of the page. They could be V's too. C's or V's. And then we need Lucy's feet, so you're going to add a little dot and then the toe of her shoe. Again, that's a little dot for the heel and then the toe of her shoe. And repeat that until it goes into this bank of snow I have here. And we're done. That is our Walk in the Woods, Chapter 2, What Lucy Found There. Tune in next time for Chapter 3's Narnia Creation.